Having lost 4 straight, the Red Sox turn to their ace, Josh Beckett, in hopes that he can pick up his 20th win of the season. But it'll be anything but easy for the Red Sox bats as they'll try to wake up against their arch nemesis, Scott Kazmir. It's game 1 of the series from Tampa.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
They struck him out, and the Red Sox win. Welcome to St. Petersburg, Florida, and Tropicana Field for game 1 of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Red Sox trying to right the ship right now after losing the last 4 games and being swept in Toronto against the Jays. The good news is they've enjoyed very good success this season against these Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for the Red Sox so far this year. They're 11-4 against Tampa Bay. They've already surpassed last year's win total, an average of .290 for the Red Sox, holding the Devil Rays to just .232. And the last 2 wins were great comebacks. They were trailing 8-1, came back to win 16-10 at Fenway, and of course David Ortiz with a walk-off versus Al Reyes in the 6-5 win at Fenway. We welcome in Jerry Remy, and Jerry, tonight trying to right the ship is Josh Beckett.
Well, a couple of things for Beckett tonight. First of all, a great pitching matchup with Kazmir and Beckett, and of course Josh trying to win number 20, which is rare in today's game of baseball. 5-man rotation, setup guys. I mean, it's very difficult to win 20 games. And from a team's perspective, after coming off a very tough series against the Yankees and Toronto, Beckett wants this win, number 20, to get his team back on the right track. From a personal side of view for Josh Beckett, it could mean a Cy Young for him. When you look at the candidates this year for Cy Young Award, I mean, he's right there with everybody else. Josh Beckett, John Lackey will certainly get some consideration. I think Sabathia is going to be awfully tough to beat for what he's done with Cleveland. And Chien-Ming Wan has had a terrific year again for the Yankees. But I think Beckett is the leader in that category, especially if you put that magic number 20 up there. But the biggest thing for Beckett tonight is to get this Red Sox team a win. They have had their struggles. They need to get back feeling good about themselves as they head in this weekend series against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Quite a pitching matchup tonight from Tropicana Field as Scott Kazmir is on the mound tonight for the Devil Rays. He's 13-8. He's held Red Sox batting averages to just a .218 average. Back with more from the Trop after this. Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, New England Subaru dealers, Foxwoods Resort Casino, Rico, Citgo, Verizon, and by New England Toyota dealers. Well, the Rays tank down in right center field here at Tropicana Field as the Red Sox get ready to take on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in the first of 3. As much of Red Sox Nation here, as always, in Tampa Bay, as the Red Sox try to get back on track. We take a look at the American League playoff picture. The Red Sox with a 1.5 lead over the Yankees, who take on Toronto tonight. Roy Halladay matched up against Chien-Ming Wan in that action. And in the AL wildcard, the Yankees are on top by 5.5 games over the Tigers, who've had a tough time lately, and the Mariners now 7 games off the chase. Let's set it down to field level, and Tina Cervasio.
Speaking of the chase, Don, over the last few weeks, while the Red Sox division lead has been shrinking, many fans across New England have been worried. Could the 2007 Red Sox ball club be going through the same thing that happened in 1978? Well, today I spoke to the manager of that ball club, and he says that the biggest difference in 2007 is that there is a wild card, and many more teams are still in the pennant race.
I can remember going back and playing with the Brooklyn Dodgers in the 50s. The All-Star break, we're 14 games in front. The Yankees are 14 games in front. There's only 8 teams in each league. The pennant was over in both teams. All we waited for the World Series. Today, there's so many fans rooting for their team because there's so many teams to root for that I think it's great for baseball.
Now, earlier in the week, manager Terry Francona said that the goal is to win the World Series. However, there are many different ways of getting to the World Series. And he did say to me today that one of the Red Sox goals coming into the 2007 season was to also win the division. And he reflects on the last few years and the different ways that this ball club has gotten into the postseason.
I think the better you play, sure, the better your confidence is. But once the next game starts anyway, your momentum goes about as far as that pitcher. And we found out both ways. In 04, we clinched the wild card because we lost and we were able to set up our pitching. In 05, we didn't clinch anything till the very last day, and we went into the playoffs and got swept right out of there. So we've seen it both ways.
The Red Sox do have the opportunity to clinch a chance to get to the postseason this weekend in Tampa Bay. The magic number, of course, is 3, but there are members of this Red Sox ball club that do want to get that magic number 9 down to 0 and win the division by the end of the regular season.
Okay, Tina, thank you very much. Jerry, no doubt about it. Red Sox want to win the division. I mean, that's what you set out to do at the beginning of the season. That's where they have been on the top spot most of the year, if not all the year for that matter, since April. This is definitely what they want to do.
Oh, you know, that's the thing. I mean, they've been there so long, you know, and they've watched the Yankees have a tremendous second half. It has not been a disaster for the Red Sox by any means, with the exception of the last, you know, maybe week. But the Red Sox have played very good baseball in the second half, but yet the Yankees have been terrific. So, you know, because you've been there all year long, certainly that's what you want to do. And you haven't won a division in a long time, so you want to win it. But the key is you got to get to the playoffs. You know, get into the playoffs, and whoever the hot team is, whoever gets the best pitching, is going to go on to be world champs. And they know that because they've been there and done that.
Well, Josh Beckett fired up, ready to go as we check out the Red Sox starting 9 tonight. Brought to you by New England Dodge Dealers. Leading it off for the Red Sox and in left field, Jacoby Ellsbury, Dustin Pedroia at second base, David Ortiz, the DH, Mike Bull at third base with Bobby Kelty in right field. Jason Varitek does the catching. Coco Crisp is going to give it a go tonight. He's in center field batting 7th with Julio Lugo at shortstop batting 8th. And Eric Hinske at first base rounds out the starting 9 for the Red Sox. Tonight's starting pitcher is brought to you by Infinity. And on the mound tonight for the Devil Rays is Scott Kazmir.
Well, we have certainly seen a lot of Scott Kazmir. He has made 5 starts this year against the Red Sox, and he is 1-2. And his last start is the best game that I have ever seen him pitch. He went 7 innings against Boston, gave up 5 hits, no runs. He walked 2 and struck out 10. And in that ball game had command of all of his pitches, his fastball, his slider, his changeup. He has 220 strikeouts on the year. He will go by Bedard tonight, who has 221 and not pitch anymore. So for the strikeout race, it's really between him and Johan Santana, who were both tied at 220. The Tampa Bay defense is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. They are 13th in the American League with 109 errors on the season. Akinori Iwamura at third base, Josh Wilson the shortstop, Jorge Velandia at second, and Carlos Pena the first baseman. Left to right, Johnny Gomes, B.J. Upton and Delman Young, and Deanna Navarro doing the catching. Notice Kyle Crawford not in the lineup today. He's got a left groin problem and may not play the rest of the season.
Umpiring crew, Bill Welke has a plate tonight. John Hirschbeck at first base, Laz Diaz at second base, and Mike DeMuro is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Here we go, game 1 of the 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Devil Rays. Jacoby Ellsbury in on the left side. As Kazmir ready to work, and the first pitch of this one is in there for strike 1 to Ellsbury and run away. Well, they have shut down James Shields for the remainder of the season after he reached a certain number of innings this year. This one is chopped down the first base on a fair ball. Ellsbury will turn it on as he touches first and heads for second. Delman Young into foul ground to grab it. First looked like Ellsbury thought that may have ended up foul, but the call fair from John Hirschbeck and a double for Ellsbury.
Yeah, he tops a slider from Kazmir right down that first base line and right over the bag. And of course, with his speed, no problem getting to second base. There's the slider. It's down, but it's not away. And it gives Ellsbury a chance to make contact. The big bounce over the bag. And Jacoby leads it off with a double. He's actually faced Kazmir now 4 times and has 2 hits against him.
So Ellsbury in scoring position instantly here in the top half of the first inning, and it brings up Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia starting the night hitting at .318, 7 homers and 49 runs batted in. And scuffled a little bit lately as he's 2 for his last 16. The bunt good back to Kazmir. Took a gander at third, but fires to first. And Ellsbury's on to third base.
You know, I can understand that in this kind of a ball game, because when you have Beckett matched up against Kazmir, you don't expect a lot of runs, and you want to get on top early. And that's the reason Pedroia right there dropping down the bunt. to get the man to third base. So we're playing a little small baseball in the first inning of this game because of the pitching matchup.
Pedroia getting Ellsbury to third base. Here's David Ortiz.
Same thing on the other side. Here in the first inning, the Devil Rays have the infield in.
In tight to Ortiz, ball one.
David's had a lot of trouble against Kazmir. 147 with a home run, and probably would not have played today if other guys were healthy.
He's been quiet lately in this 4-game losing streak for the Red Sox. He's just 1 for 14 with 7 strikeouts. A swing and a miss. Snap throw to third will get away. Ellsbury's going to try to scamper home, and he will with the game's first run. Well, the Red Sox get that first run quickly here in the top of the first inning.
Well, for me, that's just a dumb play. You know, you got the infield in, you've got Kazmir against Ortiz, and you're going to try to make a foolish attempt at a pickoff at third base. The ball gets by, and it's a gift run for the Red Sox. It just doesn't make sense to me to try that kind of play, a dangerous play like that with a man at third, and give up a run in that situation. Certainly the Red Sox will take it.
Deanna Navarro charged with an error. Red Sox grab the game's first run, and Ortiz fouls it off to the left.
By the way, that's 11 errors now on Navarro, the catcher.
Joe Madden's club fresh off a 10-game road trip, which they went 3-7 on the trip after playing the Red Sox, headed out west to take on the Angels and the Mariners. Ended up going 3-7 on the trip.
Well, that was a long trip. We saw it right at the beginning of the trip.
Their final homestand of the season. They got the Red Sox and Yankees in this week. Ortiz takes ball 2, 2-2. As you mentioned, David Ortiz in the lineup tonight because of some other people being injured. The knee has been barking a little bit lately too again, and that's been a problem. And the numbers you mentioned against Kazmir are not very good. But called Terry Francona this morning, said he wanted in.
Well, you know, had you had Ramirez in the lineup tonight, Youkilis in the lineup tonight, there's no way that he would have played tonight because it would have gave him an off day yesterday and an off day, a perfect off day against a tough lefty, and give those knees 2 days off. But because of the injuries, Ortiz in there.
Kazmir ready with the 3-2. And Ortiz goes around. Tried to hold up, could not. Kazmir picks up his first strikeout of the night.
Now, last time he faced the Red Sox, he had 10 strikeouts, as I mentioned, in that game at Fenway Park. His season high in one game is 13. That was against Oakland. This is the slider. 3-2 slider to Ortiz to strike him out. That's what I mean, Don. That play at third base, no need for it. Not when you have a guy like Kazmir on the mound.
2 down for Mike Lowell. Out after that first pitch from Kazmir, and he fouls it back to the screen. Lowell had a 6-game hitting streak snapped on Wednesday as he went 0 for 4 in the final game of the series against Toronto. Quickly down 0-2. He's 2 for 11 in that series against the Jays. A lot of tough numbers for the Red Sox batters in that series against some very good Toronto pitching. All 3 nights, really. McGowan, Burnett, and Litch. Litch outside, it's 1-2.
Kazmir trying to get Lowell to chase an outside fastball on the 0-2 pitch and just off the outside corner.
Elevates, Lowell strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Kazmir, but the Red Sox get a run in the first. Devil Rays coming up. Well, Jacoby Ellsbury has scored the game's first run in the top of the first inning on the error by Gianna Navarro. It's 1-0. The starting pitcher is brought to you by Infinity, and on the mound tonight for the Red Sox, Josh Beckett.
Well, Josh Beckett looks to become the first 20-game winner. He is 19-6. He's won 3 in a row. His most recent coming against the Yankees, going 7 innings in that game, giving up 1 run. And in one start this year against Tampa Bay, 1-0, 3 runs allowed in 6 innings.
Akinori Iwamura leading it off, fouling off the first pitch from Josh Beckett.
Beckett with a 3.20 ERA, 7th best in the American League.
Akinori Iwamura, 28 years of age. That evens at 1-1. Iwamura, among AL rookie leaders in many categories. He's just in behind Pedroia in runs. He scored 78 runs. Second in the American League among rookies. Outside ball 2-1.
Pretty good road trip for Iwamura through Boston and the West Coast. A 6-game hitting streak right now, as the average up to 284.
Takes the strike, and the count evens at 2-2. The Red Sox, after the game on Wednesday night against Toronto, flew virtually all night to get here. Ball club getting in around the 4:30 area. Terry Francona said he didn't get to bed till about 6:30.
That was kind of a messed up off day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You sleep a little in the morning, you sleep a little in the afternoon, and you still feel lousy at night. Takes forever to get out of Toronto with customs and all that stuff.
Fortunately, the Red Sox were off. They've had a few of those where they had to turn around and play that night. But so thankfully, had last night off, ready to go tonight. Iwamura goes chasing. Beckett strikes him out to begin the bottom of the first.
Two-seam fastball here at about 92 miles an hour for Josh Beckett, sailing away from Iwamura. Off-balance swing, almost looked like he was trying to slap that ball and run at the same time. No contact, and the first strikeout for Beckett.
One down here in the last of the first. Here's Greg Norton, the designated hitter. 234 homers and 20 runs batted in. A switch hitter. Norton fouls it off. He's played right field, left field, first base, and has been a DH for Tampa Bay this season. Had right knee surgery back on May 17th. He's made 48 starts since coming back.
Seems strange to find him in another 2 spot in the lineup, because Crawford did not in there, and Norton 1 for 7 in his career off Beckett. That one hit a home run.
Well, Crawford's been battling a groin problem and will not likely be in this series. It's framed by Veritek, but it's a ball. The count 1-2. Certainly a big loss for the Devil Rays.
Yeah, that happened in Seattle, running to first base. It was his last at bat of the day.
It holds off. It's in the dirt, and the count evens at 2-2. Coming off the bench a lot, a very good pinch hitter. Since 2001, he's got 63 pinch hits. It's the 6th most in the majors. He's a guy who's had a fantastic season. Carlos Pena. There's ball 3, full count. Pena just hitting his 40th home run over this past weekend. So it's now 40 home runs, 112 RBIs in his first season here at Tampa Bay. Signed as a minor league free agent. Fouls it back to the backstop, hangs at 3-2. Mentioned the Yankees are home tonight. Roy Halladay, the Red Sox were able to miss in that series, but they got everybody else. But Roy Halladay going against Chin-Ming Wong. Wong looking for his 19th win of the year. He's 18-7. Takes ball 4 and hits down to first. A 1-out walk. Let's check out the rest of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays lineup, brought to you by Rico. Akinori Iwamura at third base. Greg Norton, the DH, with Carlos Pena at first base. B.J. Upton in center field. Delman Young in right. Johnny Gomes gets the start in left. Deanna Navarro does the catching. Jorge Valandia at second base batting 8th. And Josh Wilson at shortstop bats 9th. Norton able to work the 1-out walk and a lengthy at bat. And here's Carlos Pena. He got that 40th home run off Jared Washburn for the Seattle Mariners over the weekend. Only 28 years old, playing 139 games this season. Talked about it many times. Remarkably, a non-roster invitee this season. Released 2 different times last year. Of course, wrapped up last season with the Red Sox. Look at his AL ranks. Pitch over the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Pena.
Now Beckett having some trouble getting that curveball over here in the first inning, but staying with it, and finally does get a strike on the outside corner to Pena. Red Sox, of course, have the shift on in the infield as they've had all season long against Carlos Pena.
Norton with a short lead at first, held on by Eric Hinsky. Inside 2-1. Josh Beckett attempting to become the major's first 20-game winner since 2005. His 29th start of the year. Three and 1.
Tries to change up that time. First one tonight. Not able to throw a strike with that pitch. So quickly falling behind. 3-1 to the power hitter. This is the changeup for Beckett at about 89 miles an hour, but it's down and in instead of down and away.
Well, since 05, in his last season with the Marlins, 50 wins, tied with Johan Santana. Ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks allowed by Beckett here in the first inning.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by a Boston area Lexus dealers. They are second in the league with 78 errors on the season. Mike Lowell at third base, Julio Lugo the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Eric Hinsky at first. Left to right, Jacoby Ellsbury, Coco Crisp, and Bobby Kelty, and Jason Veritek doing the catching for Beckett.
There's B.J. Upton, the center fielder, batting 4th. Strike over the outside corner, 95 that time from Beckett. B.J. Upton, the 307, 24 homers and 82 runs batted in. Moved into this cleanup spot back on August 21st. He's hit at .317 since going on the cleanup spot. Last 26 games.
This is kind of a strange offense for the Devil Rays. They hit a lot of home runs. They're third in the league in home runs. They can steal, but of course their main guy is out of there tonight in Crawford, and they strike out more than any team in the American League. B.J. Upton, who is up now, has struck out 146 times.
Tied for 6th in batting average with Baltimore. They hit at .270 as a club. Opposite field, Kelty is there and right to make the catch. Norton Bluff would get back to the bag at second as the throw goes there. There's 2 down. So 2 down here in the first inning. Runners at first and second, and Delman Young coming up. Young at .290, 12 homers and 90 runs batted in. Just turning 22 this past Friday. And he's the only Devil Ray to have played in every game so far this season, tonight being 154.
I think the Rookie of the Year comes down to Dustin Pedroia and Delman Young. Delman Young with 90 runs batted in, a .290 average.
Leads all major league rookies with 177 hits. First pitch strike from Beckett. Reggie Willits was in that conversation a while ago, but he has tailed off as the season has gone on. It really is between Dustin Pedroia and Delman Young. There's a pitch in the dirt outside.
And for those who might have been thinking about Daisuke and Okajima, I think they've both fallen off as far as that goes too. I think you're looking at the 2 guys tonight that are going to get the most votes in that category.
Delman Young has been impressive also from a defensive standpoint. He's got 16 outfield assists, 3rd most in the majors. And fouled off. No surprise that he's been very aggressive early here. He's taken only 37% of pitches. It's the fewest in the majors. And has swung at the first pitch a major league most 52% of his at-bats.
26 walks on the season.
He doesn't hang around long.
It runs in the family.
First and second, 2 down. So it fouled off the mask of Jason Varitek, and it hangs at 1 and 2. Dimitri Young hitting .323 this season for the Washington Nationals. Former Detroit Tiger. Well, Varitek out to talk to Beckett as they try to get on the same page. Much needed off day yesterday, Jerry, for the Red Sox, but at the same time, tough, really kind of a bad taste in your mouth after that series against Toronto.
Yeah, you know, that was a very difficult series. As you mentioned, Don, they had some good pitching thrown against them, some late inning heroics by the Toronto Blue Jays. And, you know, you got 2 teams, Toronto and Tampa. What they're doing is just trying to be spoilers. And certainly Toronto Blue Jays were spoilers for 3 games.
The 1-2. Line foul. Delman Young out ahead of that.
Breaking ball not real good there. It just stayed up in the zone, but Delman Young out in front of it and hooks it foul.
Chops it down the third baseline, foul again. Lowell runs it down in foul ground. So 2 down, runners at first and second. Delman Young about to see the 7th pitch of his at bat. Johnny Gomes waits on deck for the Rays.
Pretty impressive first inning. You know, a couple of walks by Beckett. This is a long at bat by Delman Young. Already, 28 pitches now for Beckett in the ball game.
Delman Young has fouled off 5 straight. Back at first and a fair ball. From second comes Greg Norton to tie the game. They're going to try and score. Carlos Pena, now they throw the brakes on. And Pena will duck his way back to the bag as the Devil Rays able to tie the score 1-1. Delman Young with a lengthy at bat drives in the run.
Yeah, long at bat, fouled off a lot of pitches and then breaks his bat. It sounded like a broken bat, but a soft line drive over the head of Eric Hinsky. So Delman Young picks up his 91st RBI of the season. So a tough first inning here for Josh Beckett, a long first inning. You see Pena being stopped at third base.
And now second and third with 2 down. And here's Johnny Gomes. Gomes at .249, 16 homers, 45 runs batted in. Gets a start in left field tonight. First inning pitches so far for Josh Beckett. One drops in there for a strike, 1-1. And an 18-minute inning so far for Scott Kazmir, sits on the bench after he gave up a run in the first. Red charge to Deanna Navarro, which gave the Red Sox the run. Ellsbury scoring from third base, but now tied 1-1. There's Navarro, who waits on deck. Outside ball 2-1 now to Gomes.
Yeah, Beckett not sharp here in the first inning. He has not found his curveball. He has not found his changeup. So he's basically relying on his fastball. And missing also with that to fall behind Johnny Gomes.
Comes off the end of the bat, fouls it off over by the Devil Rays dugout. And it's 2-2. Gomes been better when he is playing defensively. As a DH, he hits at just .216, but getting the start in left field tonight, he hits at .293. Waiting on a 2-2 from Josh Beckett with 2 outs here in the first. Strike 3 call. Beckett gets out of the inning without any further damage. The Devil Rays get a run. We're tied 1-1 after 1. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by WB Mason and their new What a Bargain Super Clearance Center for office furniture and equipment. Well, Josh Beckett having to throw a lot of pitches in that first inning. 34 first inning pitches, does give up a run. Tied 1-1 as Bobby Pelty leads it off here in the second inning. Pelty at .244 with a home run, 11 runs batted in. They're followed by Veritek and Crisp in the inning as Pelty sends one to left, but Johnny Gomes is there for the first out. One down for the captain. Mason hits at .252, 13 homers and 63 runs batted in.
That last game that Kazmir pitched against the Red Sox in Boston, a 1-0 win over Kurt Schilling. He had 118 pitches in that game, and that was a season high for him.
We've seen a lot of good outings for Kazmir against the Red Sox, but I think we both agree that was the best we've seen.
Going back to Fenway Park in that game against Kurt Schilling, everything working for Kazmir. His changeup, his fastball, his slider. He just had everything working in that ball game, and very, very tough on Red Sox hitters. He always is, but he was exceptional that night.
Tired 4 in a row after the leadoff double by Jacoby Ellsbury in the first inning. Varitek has had a tough time of it lately. 2 for his last 24. He lifts one high up near the catwalks, and in foul ground, it's Iwamura. Makes the catch, 2 down. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. And strikeouts just moving ahead. Bedard with 222 now. Started the night tied with Johan Santana. Struck out Ortiz and Lowell in the first inning.
4 left-handers, 1 right-hander in the top 5.
Two down here in the second inning for Coco Crisp. Battling the back problem lately. Able to go tonight as he gets back into the Red Sox lineup, missing the last 2 games with lower back tightness. Overall, 276 homers and 59 runs batted in. Been hitless in 7 at-bats before taking the last 2 days to try to rest that back. With the last couple of days off, he's now started 131 games of 154. Ahead in the count, 3-0. Lugo waits on deck as the Red Sox bat here in the second. The 4-pitch walk to Coco Crisp. An outing against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. He did walk 2 in the 7 innings as Crisp walks here with 2 down in the inning. Here's Julio Lugo. 247 homers and 71 runs batted in. Big strike 1 from Kazmir. 4 for his last 19 in the last 5 games. Chops it foul and the count 0-2 now to Lugo.
I think we'll see Julio Lugo running a little harder tonight down the line. He got caught not running down the line in that game in Toronto, and manager Terry Francona not real happy about that. I'm sure spoke with him. This is what we were talking about on Wednesday in a big part of the ball game, because if Lugo runs, the Red Sox go ahead in the game. But you see the half effort going down to first base, and that was not appreciated by his manager. So I think you'll see a little bit more hustle out of him tonight.
We'll check on Crisp, who's back on the bag at first. Julio Lugo with 71 RBIs on the season. It's the second most he's had in his career. His RBI high was 75, and he did it right here with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays back in 2004. There goes the runner at first. The pitch is a ball, throw down, and it'll glance off of Belandia and into right center field. On to third base goes Crisp.
Already 2 errors now in this game for Navarro, the catcher. It'll be a stolen base for Coco Crispin, a throwing error to allow Coco to pop up and go to third base. Pretty good jump at first base, too, against Casimir by Chris. The head first slide, the bad bounce off Valandria, and on the third base goes Coco Crispin. That'll be the second error on Navarro.
So Coco 90 feet away with 2 down. Full count out of Lugo. His 7th steal in the year for Coco Crispin. Been caught 6 times. Lugo strikes out. Casimir will lead Crisp at third base. We played an inning and a half, tied 1-1. Back in St. Petersburg, Florida, tied 1-1 as we head to the last half of the second inning. And it's Deanna Navarro who's had a tough night defensively already tonight. 2 errors.
Remember back in Boston, he was hitting strictly right-handed because of that wrist problem on his right hand, but now he is back to being a conventional switch hitter.
Lifts the fly ball to the left field. Jacoby Ellsbury towards the line. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Get the Sunday Globes award-winning sports coverage every week. Call 800-984-5335 today for 50% off home delivery. The Boston Sunday Globes start the week off right.
It's a nice powder blue jacket.
They captured about everything, and our pleasure to bring you this regular season. A lot of stuff on that side.
Going on. 1 down for Jorge Valandia. He's second baseman for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. He takes the strike. Valandia so far 9 for 15. He's 600 batting average so far.
And a lot of different teams. San Diego, Oakland, the Mets. The last time he was in the big leagues was 2003 with the Mets.
32-year-old veteran. He was called up on September the 10th. 150 major league games over parts of 5 seasons with the Padres, A's, and Mets. A 151 hitter in those 150 major league games. Rolls it foul. He's never had a major league home run. 12 career RBIs in the majors. Played 120 games for their AAA team, the Durham Bulls, and hit a .249. One down here in the last half of the second inning, tied 1-1 in Tampa Bay tonight. That evens 2-2. On the ground right side, Pedroia dives and can't get it. Valandia is 10 for his first 17 since joining the Devil Rays.
No, not bad. 6-game hitting streak. Took a fastball away from Josh Beckett and just slaps it to the opposite field. Tries to stay away from the strikeout. Picks up the base hit. In his limited time in the major leagues, career
high for a season is 11 hits. And he's got himself 10 here in this brief time with Tampa Bay. It's Josh Wilson, the 9-hitter and shortstop for the Devil Rays. Take strike one from Beckett. 26-year-old rookie Josh Wilson was claimed off waivers back on May 10th from the Washington Nationals. Since then, appearing in 82 games. So all of the infield, playing third base, second base, and shortstop. So for his last 15. Big night in that 1-0 loss for the Red Sox on September the 11th. He was 3 for 4, knocked in the game's lone run. And a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. There's a pitch in there for a strike in the count, 0-2. Another guy who attended spring training as a non-roster invitee. He was invited by the Nationals. They made the opening day roster, played 26 games. His only previous major league experience in 05, a September call-up with the Marlins. Swings the 0-2 and fouls it off. Manny Ramirez continues to rest the oblique. Continues to take batting practice. A nub foul.
Join NESN Monday night for a special presentation of Rooters, the 2-hour original film covering 100 years of Red Sox fan history. Told by the descendants of the original Royal Rooters and baseball legends like Johnny Besky and Peter Gammons. It's a must-see event. Red Sox fans, this is your story. Don't miss it. Monday night at 8, right here on NESN.
One down, Jorge Velandia at first base. Josh Wilson, the batter, with a count of 0-2. And it's outside for a ball, 1-2. Appears to be very unlikely that we will see Manny Ramirez in this series against Tampa Bay. More likely we'd see him, if we do see him, at home to begin the last homestand of the year.
Yeah, we're not going to see Ramirez. We're probably not going to see Okajima, and who knows about Kevin Youkilis.
Popped up as Pedroia back a few strikes. The outfield handles out number 2.
I think in an ideal world for both of those guys, you know, you get this thing wrapped up, you get a playoff spot, and you somehow get them in the lineup at some point, maybe starting, you know, on that homestand, and let them get some at-bats before you head into postseason play. That would be the perfect way to do things, but don't know how close either one of them are. I guess for Manny, the issue is running and playing in the outfield right now.
He got excited certainly after watching him swing, and pretty good batting practice sessions, but apparently that's not the problem. Check in with Tina to get some more information. Tina?
Yeah, Don and Jerry, as you're talking about Kevin Youkilis, there is some good news. He did have an MRI on that right wrist today. They wanted to wait till some of that swelling went down. The MRI proves negative, so there's no broken bones, nothing serious. Again, he still has to wait till that swelling goes down, and he is chomping at the bit. You know how bad Kevin Youkilis wants to get out there and play, but they want to make sure he's 100%, not to strain anything else, any of those ligaments in that right forearm and wrist.
Hey, Tina, thank you very much. Yeah, that was certainly a concern. All this swelling, they said they really couldn't tell there for a while. It's taken a long time to kind of get to that point where they could do it.
Well, I feel better after the MRI. You know, x-rays a lot of times to take and right after an injury, but yet they don't show the injury. And the real true test is when you get the MRI, because there they can see everything. So that is good news.
1-1 chopped right side at Pedroia. He'll go the easy way to second base for the out that ends the second inning. We played 2, tied at 1. Top half of the third inning, tied 1-1 back in Tampa Bay. Scott Kazmir returns to the mound. So 30 pitches through the first 2 innings. He deals with Eric Kinsky, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Dustin Pedroia here in the third. Kinsky gets hit with the first pitch.
Kazmir will plug some guys, not intentionally, but he tries to pitch inside. He gets inside there and too far inside to Eric Kinsky. And Kazmir, that is the 6th batter he has hit on the season.
Well, the Red Sox Player of the Week is brought to you by your Kia dealers. This week it's Jacoby Ellsbury in 6 games, hitting at .348. He's 8 for 23, 4 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases. Jacoby Ellsbury is the Player of the Week, brought to you by your Kia dealers. Here is Jacoby Ellsbury, who doubled his first time up. And came around to score the Red Sox first run in the first. Only hit the Red Sox had tonight off Scott Kazmir. Base runner the hard way for Eric Kinsky. Took it off the elbow area. He's now at first base. Stays in the game. And on the grass at third is Iwamura. Ellsbury swinging away and fouls it off to the left. We're here at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Tina Cervasio bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition on NESN. 1-1 ball game. Both teams scoring in the first inning. A lot of pitches so far tonight for Josh Beckett, who's thrown 51 pitches through the first 2 innings. Swing and a miss. Elevated on Ellsbury at 94 miles per hour, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, you got a couple of flamethrowers out there tonight. Beckett, you know, is going to be somewhere between 94, 97. The same thing with Kazmir, except for the left side. Gets Ellsbury to chase that high fastball.
Swing and a miss, strikes out on Ellsbury. It's the 4th strikeout for Scott Kazmir. Send it back to Boston and Tom Caron. TC.
Don, thanks. Keeping an eye on a couple of games tonight. Kansas City opening up its series in Detroit. The Tigers with 3 straight losses. Jared Jurgens, his 6th major league start. He's already done. 2 1/3 innings, 4 earned runs. That's a 2-run homer for Jason Smith. Tigers losing 4-0. No score in the Yankees game. We'll keep you posted, guys.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much. Back here at Tropicana Field, tied 1-1, and the Tigers really falling on hard times. After, of course, a great run last year, went up short in the World Series, and this season playing pretty good baseball through the first half of the year. We saw them, Jerry. They ended up sweeping the Red Sox in Detroit, and at the time appeared to be the best team in the American League.
Yeah, something went wrong with the Tigers. They did have some injuries they had to deal with. Had some problems in their pitching staff as far as injuries go. When you look at Detroit, they are 9th this year in ERA. That's a far cry from where they were a year ago. And that's much to the happiness of the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox, too, to see Detroit having a tough time right now. That's the advantage of winning the division. You open up at home. You go in as a wild card. You wouldn't play the team in your division, so you would play the team with the best record, whether it be in the West or the Central. And that is very tight right now.
Roy taking all the way, takes a strike, and it's 3-1. David Ortiz waits on deck. Hinske at first, one away. We're in the top half of the third. Ball 4. Pedroia down to first base. Second walk given up by Kazmir. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Nissan and by Dunkin' Donuts.
Now, Joe Madden, the manager of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, said this is a perfect way for us to end our home schedule, playing the Boston Red Sox and then the New York Yankees. He said, at least we have a chance to maybe upset some people.
It's first and second here for the Red Sox, one down. And Ortiz lines it into right field, a base hit. Hinske being waved around. The throw from right, and Delmon Young is up the line. Red Sox take the lead. Big Poppy knocks in his 108th RBI of the season, and the Red Sox go on top 2-1.
Yeah, David Ortiz not waiting around. You know, first pitch he gets a slider from Kazmir, and the slider's out over the plate. Trying to get a strike on Ortiz, and David lines it in right field for the base hit. A very high throw by Delmon Young, who has 16 assists on the season. And that allows Pedroia to go into third base. He does not hit the cutoff man. By the time Navarro gets it, they don't have a chance to get Pedroia at third. I'll tell you, that'd be my approach against Kazmir. I'm not waiting around to get 2 strikes against him. I'll tell you that.
Well, it's first and third now as Mike Lowell stands in. A check swing. Did he go? Yes, says John Hirschbeck. Lowell, a strikeout victim his first time up.
You make the call. I'm sick of making them. I don't know. You know, I mean, some look good, some don't.
That's not one of your favorite replays, I think.
Well, they're hard. I mean, they're really hard. I mean, some are very clear. It's blatant. You know, then there are others that just go either way. And of course, we get a different angle on our shot than what that umpire gets at first base.
All right, I'm going to jump out there then. I'm going to say he went around.
All right, go get him.
He did.
Good for you.
0-2. Well, pops it up foul again. Off to the right, back and out of play. Last 7 games, Lowell 12 for 28 at .429. Stretch it out a little further over the last 29 games, hitting at .391. Starting the night 5th in the American League with a .329 average. Swing and a miss. He is struck out for the second time tonight against Scott Kazmir. 5 Ks now for Kazmir.
Yeah, both times on fastballs back in the first inning. Now the fastball here against Lowell for the strikeout.
So 2 down, first and third, and Bobby Kelty the batter. As Navarro jumps out, gives the signs, the infielders. First and third situation. Kelty fly to left first time up, back in the second inning. Check again. Hirschbeck said he did not offer. That against Kazmir, 400 for Bobby Kelty. So up top, and it's 2-0.
And both guys struggling a little bit early in this ball game. Neither Kazmir or Beckett at this stage on top of their game.
This one bounces in, kicks off Navarro. From third comes Pedroia. Red Sox grab a run, and it's 3-1. Up to second base on the wild pitch goes David Ortiz. Pedroia scores. And a 2-run third inning so far for Boston.
Now 2 of the 3 runs have come on an errant throw by the catcher Navarro on a pickoff attempt at third. Now a wild pitch, a slider that just bounces out in front of home plate. Nothing Navarro can do about that. It rolls toward the Red Sox dugout. And the third run across.
The count to Bobby Kelty. And the green light at 3-0. Can't get it.
And got a changeup 3-0. So certainly aware of the history between Kelty and the succession side against Kazmir. Kazmir knows that he hits him well, so he threw him a changeup on a 3-0 count.
He's taking a look behind him to see if anybody's cheating in. Kelty fouls it back to the screen. Full count. In his 11th start of the year, tonight getting the start in right field for the Red Sox. 6th time he's been in right. Has 5 starts in left. Kazmir up to 50 pitches. Beckett's at 51. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Third of the outing for Kazmir.
And throw in a hit batter also in this inning.
Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, will make his way out to talk to Kazmir.
Stop and Shop's triple winner has raised more than $43 million for the Jimmy Fund thanks to the support of the Stop and Shop customers, suppliers, and Boston Red Sox. Stop and Shop, the official supermarket of the Boston Red Sox.
Coming into tonight, Kazmir in his previous 13 innings pitched had walked 4 batters. And already 3 walks tonight in his outing in 2 2/3. It's first and second with 2 down. David Ortiz at second base. Bobby Kelty at first base. And Jason Varitek, who fouled out his first time up, coming up. Varitek gets hit. Second hit batter of the inning. Second time it's been on the first pitch, too.
And that's a breaking ball, a slider that, again, too far inside to Varitek. So this has been a real strange inning for Scott Kazmir. Only 1 hit. 2 hit by pitches in the inning. Eric Hinsky to start it off. And now Varitek on the slider.
So bases filled with Red Sox, 2 down in the inning. And here's Coco Crisp, who walked his first time up. Eighth man to bat for the Red Sox here in the top half of the 3rd. With the bases loaded, a .328 hitter. 2 grand slams to his credit. David Ortiz at third base. Bobby Kelty at second base. Jason Varitek at first. 2 runs already in. Red Sox have just 2 hits. A double by Ellsbury in the first inning, the single by Ortiz in this inning.
This has either been a strikeout, a walk, or a hit batter in one single.
Nico with a swing and a miss. Got him. Kazmir regains himself here and is able to strike out crisp, as I'm not sure how many outs there were. As it comes off now, it's the Red Sox 3-1.
To a non-winning $5 and $10 Red Sox instant tickets for the Mass Lottery. It's in cash with every Red Sox victory and the $1 million double play. Learn how to play at masslottery.com and stay tuned to NESN after every Red Sox victory to see if you're a winner. Please play responsibly.
Lowell Spinners fans in the house. Glad to have him down here in Tampa Bay. Very successful year for Gary DiSarcina. A bit of a surprise, Gabe Kapler yesterday, who managed in the Red Sox system at the single-A level, is decided he wants to come back as a player next year.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I guess he missed playing a lot more than he thought he would, and he was anxious to get started on a new career in managing. He did get 1 year under his belt, but somewhere along the line, I guess, felt like he really missed playing, and he's still young.
Still got the itch. Greg Norton leads it off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This play profile is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. Well, the road under 500 coming into this season, but it has been quite a road show for Josh Beckett at 10-2. Best record and road earned run average in the American League. This is 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup for Tampa Bay. Norton, Pena, and Upton. Fly ball out to right center field. Coco Crisp moving over. 1 down.
I hope the Red Sox get a real big lead in this game tonight, because I got a lot of good stuff.
Really?
We got some stuff that came to the booth today. It's unbelievable. But we got to focus on this big ball game right now. But there's been some. I got a letter from the governor of Vermont. I've got some Raymond stuff. We got these silly looking hats. This is really calling us halfway to St. Patrick's Day night here.
Yeah. They always have something here in Tampa Bay.
Oh, they got.
Must have been a real struggle. They must have looked at the calendar and said, "What do we got?"
Yeah.
But, yeah, halfway to St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
1 down for Carlos Pena.
You might want to save a popular, promo like that, motion like that, for when maybe some other teams. You don't need it when the Sox. See, there's the lids they're giving away. We've got a couple of here in the booth, so hopefully we get a big lead and we can put our lids on. Nice looking hat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Pena walked his first time up. Season becoming only the 4th Devil Ray to reach the 100 RBI mark. Fred McGriff, Aubrey Huff, and Jorge Cantu. The record is 117 RBIs in 2005. He's 5 shy of that, and it belongs to Jorge Cantu. The walk in the first inning tied Fred McGriff for the club record 91 walks. 2-2.
Once again, the fastball from Beckett at about 95 miles an hour past Pena. You get that fastball by him up above the belt. And Pena wanted time there, but the umpire would not allow it. He called for it too late. And the umpire, Welke, would just not call time for him. So Pena got back into his hitting stance and fouled it off. This way he asked for time, but it's too late.
Strike 3 call. Third strikeout of the night for Josh Beckett. 2 down.
After a number of pitches away, back inside. You see Veritek pop to the inside corner, the two-seamer that comes right over the inside corner and catches Pena looking. So all 3 strikeouts for Beckett tonight on the fastball.
There's B.J. Upton lined out to right field first time up. Beckett is in need of an inning in which he does not throw many pitches after throwing 51 pitches through the first 2 tonight. Pitcher striking, he's ahead 0-2. To 108 pitches last time out, the 7-inning battle against Chien-Ming Wang and the Yankees. Seven innings, 3 hits, 1 run in that outing. Struck out 7, walked 2. The battle of 18-game winners, which he won. 3 straight victories for him, and 6 of the last 7. An average of over 6 runs per 9 innings, 3rd most in the majors. And support from the Red Sox offense tonight has produced 3 runs so far. On the ground, underneath the glove of Beckett by the dive of Pedroia into center field. 2-out single for B.J. Upton.
Now Upton's done a nice job against Beckett. He was 2 for 3 coming into the game. He had a line drive out in the 1st inning. And now gets the curveball from Beckett, hits the ground ball up the middle. Ball passed to Pedroia. By the time he could dive for it, it was hit that hard.
So 2 down, B.J. Upton at first base. Here's Delman Young. It doubled to not get a run in the 1st inning. Picked up his 91st RBI of the season.
B.J. Upton at first base has 19 steals, but he has been caught 8 times on the season.
Tried to hold up, but he offers his home plate umpire Bill Welke, and it's 0-2. To the count to Delman Young with B.J. Upton at first base. Inside ball 1, 1-2. Times the Red Sox play the Devil Rays. Look at just 1-0 the 4.50 earned run average this season in 1 game started. Career against Tampa Bay is 2-2 with a 4.91 ERA. He's not won here. He's 0-1 at Tampa Bay in his career, 1 start. The 1-2 to Delman Young. All back to the screen, and we'll do it again.
For a Red Sox game that goes to the extra innings, so the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
Two outs. B.J. Upton at first base. Red Sox on top 3-1. He got two quick outs in Greg Norton to fly out to center, Carlos Pena to strike out looking. And the single by B.J. Upton back up the middle. Ahead of Delman Young, 1-2. There goes the runner at first as it's grounded through the vacated right side into right field for Delman Young. Upton keeps going to third. And with two down, the Devil Rays have something going here.
Now, Delman Young's been two very good at bats tonight against Josh Beckett. The double back in the first inning to drive in a run. And now with the runner off at first base and Pedroia covering a wide open hole at second. And that's exactly where the ground ball goes. Upton continues on at third base. So the Devil Rays continue to make Beckett work very hard early in this game.
Well, Young had been struggling lately too for his last 13 coming into tonight's game. And it is now first and third for Johnny Gomes, who struck out looking first time up. 3 strikeouts tonight for Beckett so far. Gomes after the breaking ball with a swing and a miss.
Good Beckett curveball will start off Gomes. He struck him out on a fastball last time up. Stops him with the deuce in this at bat.
Held off to the right. Beckett's quickly ahead 0-2. Veritek looked up trying to find it. It was gone and off to the right. Couldn't locate it. B.J. Upton at third base. Delman Young at first base. 2 down here in the third. In the dirt, gathered by Veritek. Keeps it in front of him, and it's 1-2. Now for Beckett, 19 victories coming into tonight's action at 19-6. Despite missing 2 starts earlier this season with the avulsion on his right middle finger. Leading the majors in wins. Ball 2, and it's 2-2.
And Beckett now up to 76 pitches here in the third inning. So if the Red Sox maintain this lead, his bullpen's going to have to help him out tonight to pick up number 20.
Gomes grounds it left side. Lowell will go to second base for the force out that ends the inning. Tampa Bay strands a pair. We played 3. It's 3-1 Boston. Top half of the fourth inning, 3-1. The Red Sox on top of the Devil Rays. 77 pitches through 3 tonight for Josh Beckett. A 3-1 advantage. Got Kazmir back on the mound as he'll deal with Julio Lugo, Eric Hensky, and Jacoby Ellsbury here in the fourth. To right field, down the line, Gentleman Young is over there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Send it down to Tina Cervasio.
Don, you and Jerry were talking earlier in the game how dominant Scott Kazmir was just under 2 weeks ago versus Boston. He also beat the Mariners on the road, and that's been his theme the whole second half of the season, beating some of those big lineups.
He made some adjustments to the All-Star break, lowered his pitching count so he can go deeper into the games, but he's got electric stuff. You know, he shut down the best teams in the league on a consistent basis, so it's always fun to watch him throw, and we should have a good matchup tonight.
And Kazmir is attempting to become the AL strikeout champion with 6 strikeouts tonight. He now has 226 on the season, still going. He surpasses Jake Peavy of the Padres. Now Peavy does start tonight against Colorado. They are home. It's a 10:05 start, so we'll see where Kazmir and Peavy end up after tonight's games.
Hey, Tina, thank you. Yes, in 24 career appearances against the Red Sox and the Yankees, Kazmir has always been very good. And he was 8-7 with a 2.80 ERA. Career-wise, between New York and Boston, and certainly within the division, has plenty of opportunities to face both New York and Boston. Minsky waiting on an 0-2 pitch, and he takes it high, ball 1-2.
No, what we've seen so far tonight is 2 pitches really not at the top of their game. You know, both guys have struggled early in this game. Beckett with a lot of pitches, only giving up the 1 run. That was back in the first. Kazmir with a very strange 3rd inning. Hit batters, strikeouts, walks.
Yeah, he hit 2 batters, walked 2 batters, and ended up striking out the side. Gave up 2 runs. Minsky wearing the guard now after being hit in the elbow to begin last inning. On the ground on third baseline foul. Let's check out the Aflac trivia question tonight.
Aflac!
The question is, Scott Kazmir is one of 2 pitchers to make 6 starts against the Red Sox this season. Who is the other? One down here in the top half of the 4th inning. Minsky strikes out. 7 Ks for Scott Kazmir. 2 down.
Once again, Kazmir blowing the hard fastball by Hinsky up and away. As the K's show up somewhere in the ballpark. Oh, there they are. I see, under the Canes Furniture sign. I got it. That makes sense, right? Canes Furniture.
Well, we only have a total, let's see, a total of 10 out there. Kazmir has a big night. We're going to need some more Ks.
Yeah, what do they do?
I don't know. Start again?
Double up?
Guess they could change the number to whatever it is, but they run out of Ks to light up.
You get a guy like Kazmir, you got to have more than 10 Ks on him.
Got to talk to the Canes people. He pops it up foul, backing out of play, and it's 0-2.
Cane's a big sponsor here at this ballpark. They have furniture downstairs.
Yeah. It's great.
Good looking furniture too.
Changes every time we come.
Sometimes they have a bedroom set. Sometimes they have a couch with recliners. It's very nice stuff.
I always try it. You try it? I always get it. Todd Ellsbury does not chase. He did strike out swinging last time on a pitch up after doubling in the first inning. Pedroia waits on deck.
Ever since Ellsbury got the base hit on a slider, or I should say the double on a slider back in the first inning, you've seen a lot of fastballs from Kazmir.
We're going to talk about the strikeouts for Kazmir coming in. He's got 7 in the ball game tonight, leading the American League at the moment. attempting to become the youngest AL strikeout champion since 22-year-old Frank Tanana did it with the Angels back in 1975.
I saw that firsthand. And Tanana in those days was a lot like Kazmir velocity-wise, but he had the over-the-top curveball and changeup, where Kazmir has the slider, and Tanana had great control for a young pitcher.
227 and counting. Popped up. Back goes Volandia. It's a 1-2-3 top of the fourth inning for Kazmir. 3-1 Red Sox lead. Last half of the fourth inning, 3-1 Red Sox on top. Gianna Navarro leading it off for Tampa Bay. Take the first pitch, strike. Navarro flied out to left field, first time up. Josh Beckett has not yet had a 1-2-3 inning tonight. 78 pitches deep as he deals with the first batter here in the fourth inning.
See him turning that fastball over, trying to create a couple of quick ground ball outs.
Both teams with lots of chances. The Rays have already left 5 men on base for the first 3 innings. The Red Sox have left 4. Let's check out the answer to our Aflac trivia question tonight.
Aflac!
Kazmir is one of 2 pitchers to make 6 starts this season against the Red Sox. Andy Pettitte is the other. Pettitte is 2-1 against Boston. He's actually appeared against the Red Sox 7 times this season because he made a relief appearance earlier this year for the Yankees against Boston. Going to the count to Gianna Navarro. In there for strike 3, 4th K for Beckett. First down to the bottom of the 4th. Let's send it back to Boston and Tom Caron.
Don, thanks. The Yankees have won 12 out of 14 games. They've got Chin Ming Wong on the mound tonight. Doug Minkiewicz here pops one foul with 2 runners in scoring position. Matt Stairs will make the catch. They're scoreless going into the 7th.
Well, Matt Stairs with a nice play. 3-1 here. Red Sox on top over the Devil Rays in the last half of the 4th inning. Jorge Volandia single to right field, first time up. Devil Rays are just 3-7 on that 10-game trip. In 6 of the 10 games on the trip, they chased the opposing starter before completing 5 innings. But they won just 2 of those games. Inside, it's 1-2. Won 1 game in the series against the Red Sox to begin the trip. They went 2-2 in Seattle. And then were swept by Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in a 3-game series. Inside, 2-2. Back and forth they go. Beckett not pleased with the back out. Inside, ball 3. Had been 0-2, but Volandia with a full count now. Josh Wilson waits on deck. 1 out, base is empty here in the last half of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. 5 Ks for Beckett.
We'll take a look at all 5 strikeouts for Josh Beckett. Iwamura to start the game off with a fastball, and then he gets Johnny Gomes with a fastball in the 1st inning. The 3rd inning, the fastball to Carlos Pena. Then it's a breaking ball to Navarro, and now the fastball again to Valandria. So all but 1 with Beckett's fastball tonight for the strikeouts.
2 down, both by way of the K in the 4th, and here's Josh Wilson, who swings at the first pitch, grounds it foul.
We're just looking at the standings down over the National League. Boy, they got some tight races going on. The Phillies only a game and a half behind the Mets, who have really been struggling. Milwaukee a game and a half behind Chicago. San Diego a half a game behind Arizona. A lot of tight races.
San Diego playing great baseball too. They've won 7 in a row for Bud Black out there in San Diego. And Arizona had a pretty good pad there for a while, not anymore.
I was looking at that Philly and New York thing.
Yeah.
The Mets have had a tough time against their own division. They're 31 and 32 against the East as we look at the wild card race in the National League.
Dodgers have fallen off quite a bit lately.
That's too bad.
This one has popped up foul. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, the Mets have also run into some injuries too. They get a lot of guys banged up, and the latest is Billy Wagner, who they have not been able to use. Here's a look at that National League East, where the Phillies very much alive.
The Marlins still in 18 and a half back.
2 outside. It's 1-2. Strikeouts of Navarro and Valandia. Now 1-2. One hop picked at shortstop by Lugo. The throw in time. And it's a 1-2-3 4th inning for Josh Beckett. We played for it. It's 3-1 Boston.
Don't miss the season finale of Sox Appeal with special back-to-back episodes Wednesday night following Red Sox post-game coverage. Leading off is the best of Sox Appeal are the funniest moments of the series, followed by outtakes and mishaps in the casting special. It's a Sox Appeal season finale event Wednesday after post-game coverage. That might be pretty funny, the outtakes.
It's over already. Where did the time go?
It's like Larry David. What's his show? Curb Your Enthusiasm. You only get like 6 episodes.
Well, Dustin Pedroia. Boy, with a sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning, walked and scored in the 3rd.
I'm sure at some point they'll all be out on DVD, which you could purchase the whole episode.
First season
of Sox Appeal.
And there are 10 total.
That's more than Larry David.
Yeah.
I have to marry somebody after the game tonight, Don.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either, but I'm gonna message you.
Don't you have to have like a license?
That we wanted you to marry us the last time we were in town as interim president of Red Sox Nation, but the mice got in the way. So they left their phone number in Maria's lifelong Red Sox. So I guess I have to call this number and go marry these people after the game. Ahead of the plans.
This one ripped back where it came from and into center field by Dustin Pedroia.
They threw a couple of fastballs by Pedroia, but he tried one more time, and we all know Pedroia can handle the fastball as he hits it hard back up the middle on the line. In that case, Kazmir fell in love with his fastball against Pedroia, thinking he'd blow it by him. Tough to do to him 3 times in a row.
So lead runner on for the Red Sox. 3rd time in 5 innings tonight. And here's David Ortiz, a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. He singled to drive in a run in the 3rd inning.
And Pedroia now 9 for 17 off Kazmir. Actually, I think didn't he hit 3rd last time he faced him at Fenway Park? I believe he did.
I think he did. Ortiz, the check swing, tried to get out of the way of it. Now Kazmir's got to pick it and throw, and it's too late. Kind of took his time in getting over there to pick it up.
Yeah, he just went too slow after that, and then once he got it, he was too slow spinning to make the throw.
Underestimated the speed of Big Papi.
I mean, it took him forever to get there and forever to get rid of it, and then when he throws it to first base, it's too late. Ortiz hustling down the line on those bad knees and beats it out.
So 2 on and nobody out here in the top half of the 5th inning. This Mike Lowell's had a tough time tonight with Kazmir. He struck out twice, both times swinging. Popped up, shallow right. Tillman Young makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Tonight, after our Red Sox coverage at Sport Desk with Catherine Tappan, presented by FW Webb, home of Frank Webb's Bath Centers, you'll see a one-on-one conversation with Boston College quarterback Matt Ryan about his 14th ranked team in the nation, plus a preview of the Patriots matchup with the Bills on Sunday. It's all on Sports Desk tonight after our Sox coverage. Oh, the Bills are a mess. They are an absolute mess. We saw that when we were up in Toronto watching the Buffalo games.
They were up against Pittsburgh this last weekend.
J.P. Lousman blaming everybody. Then you know, the coaches must have got to him because he changed his tune the next day. But he had some bad comments to say, blaming play calling and all this stuff, and then he retracted.
It's never a big hit.
No.
The coaching staff when you play say you had a terrible game plan. First and second with 1 out. And Kelty takes a ball. 2-0. He was fly to left and walked. There's a strike, 2-1. Kazmir with 7 strikeouts tonight. He has walked 3, hit 2 batters. Outside, ball 3. Ball 4, and he walks Kelty. The 4th walk given up by Kazmir. Second time he's walked Kelty, and the Red Sox have him loaded.
Covidien, a proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox and the Red Sox Foundation, helps raise money for life-saving cancer research. And if you need medical care while at Fenway, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox.
Red Sox have him loaded. Pedroia at third, Ortiz at second, Kelty at first base. 1 out. Kazmir up to 83 pitches through 4 1/3 innings. 2 of the runs are earned runs. Veritek 0 for 1 has been hit by a pitch. Swings and misses at the first offering. Veritek 2 for his last 25. Swing and a miss, down 0-2. Jason over the last 50 games is hitting at just .205.
Back-to-back fastballs from Kazmir and quickly out in front of Veritek.
Veritek staying alive. Got him. Varitek strikes out, becomes the 8th strikeout victim of the night for Kazmir. It's a big K for Kazmir.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to do that too. You know, once he got ahead 0-2, they wanted to elevate, go upstairs against Varitek. That was supposed to be up and in. It was up and away, but still effective. They do that to Jason from both sides of the plate. When they get ahead of him, they try to go upstairs, climb that ladder with the fastball.
So 2 down here in the 5th. Here's Coco Crisp. Crisp with a walk in the 2nd inning. He struck out swinging in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. Kazmir ahead 0-2.
You mentioned Kazmir shooting for that strikeout leadership in the American League. 29 strikeouts for him now in his last 17 2/3 innings.
Bases filled with Red Sox, 2 down in the inning. The 0-2 pitch to Crisp. Up and away, he doesn't chase. Strike 3 call. Freezes Coco Crisp. 9th strikeout for Kazmir. Red Sox leave him loaded, but it's 3-1 Boston halfway through this one. 3-1 Red Sox on top as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Is this a lovely couple you're going to be marrying after the game, Jerry?
I don't know. I have to call the number to find out. It could be. One thing's very clear about those two. You know which one's the bride and which one's the groom.
Yeah, Takanori Iwamura leads it off here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike. There is action in the Tampa Bay pen. John Switzer, left-handed warming in the pen. 91 pitches for 5 innings tonight for Scott Kazmir. They have been careful with Kazmir as far as his pitch count goes, although he did to 118 against the Red Sox. I mentioned earlier that they have shut down James Shields for the season. The organizational thought process is 20% over what you threw last year. The year before James Shields, and he had surpassed that, so he's done for the year. It was a very good year for Shields. Facing the Red Sox, a couple of good outings. Late swing for Iwamura. And he strikes out 6 Ks for Beckett, who's found his stride. Send it back to Boston and Tom Caron.
Don, thank you. Toronto with 2 runs in the 7th inning off Chin Ming Wong. The second one here as Adam Lind with a base hit. Russ Adams coming around. He will score as Posada drops the ball. 2-0 Toronto leading it. By the way, Tigers have rallied to take the lead in their game against KC.
Okay, Tom, thank you. Back here at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Red Sox on top 3-1 with 1 out in the last half of the 5th inning. Greg Norton, the batter. It's a fly ball down the left field line. Ellsbury is a long way away towards left center. Coming hard into the bullpen. Diving, and he made the catch. He went in hard to the chairs and all the stuff in the pen and makes the grab.
Wow, what a play by Ellsbury. And he had a long way to go to make this play. And then he's got to deal with the pitcher's mound down there and all the chairs where the players are sitting, and still somehow makes the catch. This is why I don't like bullpens that are on the field for this reason. Watch Ellsbury at full speed, then have to climb that mound. That's why he falls, and somehow is able to hold on to the baseball. He almost ran into Gary Tuck, who was the bullpen coach. Taking chairs, gloves, water bottles, mounds, everything with him.
Couple obstacles. Oh, what a grab by Jacoby Ellsbury for the second out here in the 5th inning. Carlos Pena now the batter. Well, he started a long way away and covered a lot of ground in a hurry. We see that a lot in the minor league level where guys are injured. Less now, but always have those bullpens. We're used to have those in a lot of the old ballparks in foul ground like that. You see guys get injured all the time running over there.
To me, it's a very dangerous thing. I mean, it affects the game. You know, you got to climb the mound. You're running at full speed, and all of a sudden you're on a hill, going up a hill. You got to deal with guys that are sitting basically on the field, chairs.
Two to Pena's on the ground. Shift is on. Lugo's on the right side of the infield. He throws him out. To 1-2-3 fifth inning. Jacoby Ellsbury with a great catch. He played 5. It's 3-1 Boston.
Here's a nominee for this week's DIN Trophy Play of the Week, and of course the play by Jacoby Ellsbury, going hard into foul territory, up the mound, down the mound, making the catch on the fly ball. Tune into the pregame show this Friday to see which play will win this week's DIN Trophy Play of the Week.
Julio Lugo leads it off against the new pitchers. His call to the bullpen is brought to you by a New England Ford dealer. If you've driven a Ford lately, visit your New England Ford dealer and swap your ride today. John Switzer's the new pitcher.
15th appearance of the season. He has worked 3 times against the Red Sox, a total of 3 1/3, 8 hits allowed, and 6 earned runs.
Scott Kazmir gone after 91 pitches. And the Red Sox get into that Tampa Bay pen with a 3-1 advantage. More action in the Tampa Bay pen. Scott Doman is up. Julio Lugo tonight has struck out swinging and has flied out to right, 0 for 2. Pops it up. Wilson. 1 down here in the 6th.
From the people on the Green Monster comes WB Mason's What a Bargain Super Clearance Center. You will save up to 75% on hundreds and hundreds of new and used office furniture and equipment. Located in Boston at 647 Summer Street across from the Boston Athletic Club. There's plenty of free parking. Who but WB Mason's What a Bargain store.
1 down here in the 6th inning as Eric Kinski stands in. They elect to go to the bullpen after Kazmir's 5-inning effort tonight, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them are earned. He walked 4 and struck out 9, throwing 91 pitches. The end of the game at 13-8 is on the hook as he departs. Let's see, skies one to center field. B.J. Upton didn't see it, by the way, now has to recover and can't make the catch. The shortstop, Josh Wilson, going away, makes the grab as he collides with Upton.
You don't see that very often here where they lose the ball in this dome, but B.J. Upton got a bad break on this. He must have lost it right off contact, and a heck of a play there by Josh Wilson, the shortstop. You know a collision is probably going to happen as you go back. In comes B.J. Upton, but somehow Wilson able to hold on to the baseball.
Hip checked him.
It went from the heel of the glove to the top, the webbing of the glove, but he holds on to it.
And 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning, but he appears to be all right as Jacoby Ellsbury sends it back to the screen. A double in the 1st inning, scored on an error committed by Gianna Navarro. 1 of 2 errors tonight committed by the Tampa Bay catcher. Ellsbury then struck out and has popped out. Line to left, in for a hit. 2nd hit of the night for Jacoby Ellsbury. Got away briefly from Gomes, but no further advancement for Ellsbury. Throws on the brakes.
And 2 hits in both off left-handers. Of course, Kazmir back in the 1st inning, a double that he pulled. And now the single to the opposite field. That backside really collapsed, didn't it, on that swing?
Sure did.
And out comes Madden, and in comes a right-hander.
So Switzer got the first 2 batters, but he can't get Ellsbury, and Scott Doman will make his way in. Red Sox on top 3-1.
Well, don't cast your presidential vote until you've heard what the candidates have to say. Next Friday night, after Sox coverage, is a NESN special presentation, Red Sox Nation, the presidential debate, presented by Sovereign Bank, moderated by NBC's Tim Russert and NESN's own Tina Savasio. You'll see and hear the finalists as they make their final pitches for Election Day. Join us 1 week from tonight, immediately following Red Sox postgame coverage, right here on NESN.
Now, Raymond is aware of the presidential candidacy that you are in the midst of.
I know what the top says. Don't. Yeah, you're funny, Raymond. Can't get Raymond's vote. I got something for Raymond, though.
For Pedro.
Who's Pedro?
I don't know. The other new pitcher is Scott Doman.
Yes, we do. And Doman working for the 26th time against the Red Sox, the 5th time of the season. He has worked 4 2/3 against Boston, 5 hits allowed and 3 earned runs. I got something for Raymond once we get a big lead in one of these games in this series.
It's about time he retaliated. It's all Raymond lately. Kobe Ellsbury at first base, 2 down here in the 6th inning. Joya jumping back out of the way and the pitch inside. With a sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning, walked and scored in the 3rd, and then singled in the 5th. He's been aboard twice tonight. Red Sox have left the bases loaded on 2 occasions tonight. That's in the 3rd, and again in the 5th. They've left 6 men on through the first 5 innings. And 2 the count. Dustin Pedroia, Ellsbury in his lead again at first base. Protecting the plate, fouls it off to the right.
That's why Pedroia is one of the toughest guys in the league to strike out, only 42 times this season. Able to foul off nasty pitches like that. That's a pretty good breaking ball, and somehow gets the bat on the ball to foul it off and give himself another chance. Only guy tougher to strike out, Placido Polanco of the Detroit Tigers, another second baseman.
Chop to 3rd. Iwamura. Throw off the mark, but Pena got the bag with his foot to end the inning. Red Sox leave another base runner. We have played 5 1/2, 3-1 Boston. Pedroia better be careful.
Three to 1, the Red Sox have the lead. A play at first base where the big stretch here by Carlos Pena looked like he did have the top of the bag. And Pedroia dives in. He thought, and so did Alicea, that Pena came off the bag, but very, very tough to tell. I thought he did have his foot on top of it.
Well, B.J. Upton leads it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chops one foul down towards the Red Sox pen. There is action in the Red Sox pen for the first time tonight. And it's Manny Del Carmen. Beckett at an even 100 pitches coming into this inning, and it took back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. the 4th and 5th, as he has retired 7 batters in a row. Through 77 pitches through the first 3 innings tonight. 118 is his high, averaging 103. About to hit that right now. Jay Upton is lined out to right and single to center, 1 for 2. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Honda and by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. 1-2 the count to BJ Upton. Sox are 11-4 against the Devil Rays this season. They're 7-2 at Fenway Park, 4-2 here at Tropicana Field. 18 total games between the two clubs. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Josh Beckett. BJ Upton strikes out.
Well, after a rough start for Beckett and a lot of pitches early in the ball game, he has certainly settled down here in the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning. Fastball right by B.J. Upton, up and in. Unfortunately, because of the pitch count, this may be his last inning, and that's why, of course, you see Del Carmen throwing in the bullpen.
One down for Delman Young. He's had a pretty good night tonight. Young with a double and a single. He's knocked in a run.
Now, he himself has made Beckett throw a lot of pitches.
The owner of 2 of 4 Tampa Bay hits. Quickly down 0-2. Beckett off the mound, retrieve this. 2 down here in the 6th. Let's check in with Tina Cervasio.
As Josh Beckett attempts to earn his 20th victory, he's also attempting to do something the Red Sox need right now: stop their 4-game losing streak.
This is why you want guys like Beckett. I mean, we know who's pitching for them, and I'm sure they're excited about it. You know, especially what Casimir did last time against us. But our guys know who's pitching for us too, and Josh knows the responsibility of being an ace, and he'll go out and he'll pitch well tonight.
And even in the post-game locker room on Wednesday in Toronto, the players already started looking towards Beckett, expecting him to do well on the mound today.
Well, Josh Beckett here into the 6th inning with 2 outs.
Well, as we mentioned early, Don, because of the pitch count situation, it's going to be the bullpen that's going to determine whether he picks up his 20th win tonight.
Swing and a miss. Attempting to become the major's first 20-game winner since 2005. American League's last 20-game winner was Bartolo Colon in 2005. Kurt Schilling winning 21 games back in 2004. Red Sox had a pair of 20-game winners in 2002. Pedro Martinez, a 20-game winner. Derek Lowe winning 21. Remarkably, the Red Sox did not go to the postseason that year. Johnny Gomes strikes out looking. 8 Ks for Beckett, who's rolling now through 6. It's 3-1 Boston. Back in Tampa Bay with Josh Beckett's night appears to be over as the Red Sox have a 3-1 advantage. Beckett throwing 113 pitches tonight, 8 strikeouts. Your Boston area Lexus dealers will make a donation of $100 for each strikeout to the Brain and Trauma Center, Children's Hospital, Boston. So far this season, they've donated $31,000. Ortiz leads it off. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Scott Doman back on the mound for Tampa Bay.
And look at the Red Sox runs tonight. One scoring on a throwing error from the catcher, one on a wild pitch, and of course one on the base hit by David Ortiz.
Here comes the Joe Madden shift.
First time this year that they have used this with the 4 outfielders.
It was 0-1, and then they went into this shift. They started off more conventionally, but after the first strike, they're moving around now. Midstream, Joe Madden, we've not seen it this season after seeing a bunch of it last year.
4 outfielders, as you can see.
With a 4-3 defense.
That's a 3-4 down, isn't it?
Well, you got to start with the front. You're right, 3-4.
Always start with the infielders and work to the outfield. They call it the 3-4.
I noticed that. You do that with your defense every night, too.
I think I'm the only guy that does that. Is give the infield first, but I feel that's the first line of defense.
Has nothing to do with the fact that you were an infielder?
Maybe a little.
1-2 the count. Outside, 2-2.
All the times we saw this last year against David Ortiz, we did not see one ball that it worked on, really. That you could really say that, oh, the 4-man outfield took a base hit away from Ortiz.
Swing and a miss. Dolman has taken it away from Ortiz. 3 strikes him out to begin things here in the 7th inning.
Now, Dolman's got pretty good stuff. We've seen a little bit of him, and he's got a pretty live fastball up and in here to David Ortiz, where they try to go to him when they get ahead of him. And a lot of times Ortiz will not swing at that pitch. That time he did chase it.
It's 10 strikeouts tonight for Tampa Bay pitching, 9 of them coming from their starter, Scott Kazmir. Mike Lowell 0 for 3 in the game tonight, striking out twice and flying to right. Tried to hold up, but he went around, says Bill Welke, home plate umpire, and it's 0-2. Big Kelty waits on deck. 5 hits tonight for the Red Sox, and they belong to the top 3 hitters, Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Ortiz. Lowell strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. And it's back-to-back Ks for Scott Doman, 2 down.
Slider from Doman that time. A couple of sliders, and that at bat to Mike Lowell.
So 2 down here in the 7th, and it brings up Bobby Kelty. He fly to left and walk twice. 1 times against Scott Kazmir. Kazmir did walk 4 tonight in his 5-inning effort. It's almost time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. The largest selection and best brand names in furniture and mattresses in New England. Visit them in Reading, Natick, Avon, and Nashua. It's not just a store, it's an experience. That's with a swing and a miss. And the count evens at 1-1. Del Carmen getting himself ready to come in the bottom half of this inning. Beckett, who had kind of a tough start, tires the last 10 batters that he faces.
He just couldn't find his rhythm early in this ball game, you know, with his off-speed pitches in particular, his curveball changeup. They started to come for him as the game went on, and outstanding over the last 3 innings that he worked.
Pitch count was high, those 77 pitches through the first 3 tonight. minimally getting through the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and finishing at 113 pitches. Strike. Kelty thought he had another walk. That's a full count. Kelty strikes out. Dolman strikes out the side. 7th inning stretch time from St. Pete. It's 3-1 Boston. Time for a Sports Desk update with Catherine Tappan.
Coming up after the game, it's WB Mason Extra Innings and Granite City Electric Extra Innings Extra with Tom Karen, Jim Rice, and Tina Savasio. You'll get the breakdown of Josh Beckett start tonight against the D-Rays, plus all the highlights of the important games around the majors as the playoff chase heats up. It's all right after the game in high definition on NESN.
3-1 Red Sox on top of the Devil Rays. We head to the last half of the 7th inning. Josh Beckett done after 6 innings.
Well, the majority of his strikeouts tonight on fastballs for Josh Beckett. 8 of them to be exact. It's Johnny Gomes with the fastball inside to Pena. There's a curveball there to Navarro for a strikeout. Another fastball again to Iwamura for the a strikeout. So 8 of them for Beckett. He leaves after 6 and he turns it over to the bullpen to see if they can hold this lead for him and give him his 20th win of the season.
And Del Carmen facing Gianna Navarro.
See the numbers for Del Carmen. 40 appearances. His last coming on the 19th in Toronto, inning a 3rd in that game. 1 hit allowed and 1 strikeout, no runs against the Blue Jays.
On the ground to third base, Mike Roll grabs it. Takes care of Navarro for the first out of the 7th. Send it back to Boston and Tom Karen.
All right, Don, thanks very much. The Yankees now have a 4-0 deficit to try to overcome Alex Rios, a 2-run homer. They're in the 9th inning. Roy Halladay with 8 shutouts so far, and Brandon Inge with a 2-run base hit for the Tigers here. They are in the 9th as well. The Tigers leading Kansas City 5-4. Guys.
Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Back here in St. Petersburg, Florida, where the Red Sox have a 3-1 lead. Last half of the 7th with 1 down. Here's Jorge Velandia. He takes strike 1 from Del Carmen. The normally sure-handed Red Sox bullpen in 6 2/3 innings in the series against Toronto. They give up 9 runs. As part of the Toronto Blue Jays sweep. Velandia takes the 0-1 for ball 1, 1-1.
Now, the way they have it set up here, you get Del Carmen working against these right-handers at the bottom of the lineup. Lopez is throwing because 2 of the top 3, 1, 2, 3 lefties. And then Norton, of course, a switch hitter.
Had to fly into Orlando and drive.
Action in the Tampa Bay pen. Gary Glover is up.
We've seen Gloves a lot this year. 9 times against the Red Sox.
I feel like you know him. 1-2 is outside. It's 2-2. Josh Beckett, 6 innings tonight, 4 hits. 1 run, 2 walks, both of them coming in the 1st inning. And he struck out 8 batters, retired the last 10 men that he faced. Swing and a miss. Velandia strikes out. 9th K for Red Sox pitching. 2 down.
Twice tonight he has struck out on the fastball. Beckett got him back in the 4th inning away, and now the same thing. Fastball away from him from Del Carmen.
So down here in the 7th inning, Josh Wilson, number 9 man. Wilson popped out to second base in the 2nd inning, grounded out to short in the 4th. The 0-2. More action in the Tampa Bay pen. Dan Wheeler has joined Gary Glover.
Yeah, Gloves and Wheeler is loosening up down there.
Swing and a miss. Way up top. Wilson goes after it. Del Carmen. A 1-2-3 7th. It's 3-1 Boston. Back at Tropicana Field with this game summary is brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Red Sox got a run in the 1st on a throwing error by Deanna Navarro. Fired it away, and Ellsbury would score the game's 1st run. In the 3rd inning, David Ortiz with a single to drive in a run, pick up RBI number 108 on the season. And Josh Beckett tonight with a chance to get his 20th victory of the season, goes 6 innings, giving up just 1 run. Beckett throwing 113 pitches tonight. Gary Glover into the game for Tampa Bay.
Gary Glover making his 63rd appearance of the season, a 5-5 record working out of the bullpen. As I mentioned, the most appearances against the Red Sox from that Tampa Bay staff. This is 10 times now he's been in against the Red Sox. 9 2/3, 8 hits, and 4 runs allowed.
Takes over for Scott Doman, who did a very nice job. Inning into 3rd. He struck out the side in order in the 7th inning, getting Ortiz, Lowell, and Kelty. Varitek drives one to deep right field, sending Delman Young back at the wall. That ball is gone. Jason Varitek goes deep for the 14th time. He's had a frustrating night, just 2 for his last 26. But Homer's here to give Boston a 4-1 lead.
Now, number 14 on the season for Varitek, and a big one. Gives the Red Sox a little bit more of a cushion here late in the ball game. Gets the fastball from Glover out over the plate and hits it very high up in this dome and very deep.
Now Coco Crisp. Crisp walked in the 2nd inning. Struck out in the 3rd and again in the 5th. Left-hander up, Jeff Ridgway for Tampa Bay. Been a big strikeout night for Tampa Bay pitching. 12 strikeouts, 9 of them for Kazmir. Red Sox pitching with 10 strikeouts of their own. Beckett and Del Carmen. This takes ball 1, 1 and 2. Popped up foul, backing out of play. First home run for Varitek since the 5th of September. 38 at bats in between home runs. He's outside in the count 2-2. Glover, the fourth Tampa Bay pitcher tonight. Kazmir went the first 5. John Switzer, Scott Doman, now Garrett Glover. He's pitching the at-bat for Coco Crisp. Strikes him out. 13th strikeout of the night for Tampa Bay. Let's check back in with Tina.
Manny Del Carmen was the first Red Sox reliever out of the bullpen, and Jonathan Papelbon was stretching just a few moments ago, but expect to see Eric Gagne pitch during this Tampa Bay series because that's the manager's plan, to get Gagne out there as fast as possible.
We got to get him back in there and get him going because Gagne going is what we need. If we don't get him back and we don't find out, that's almost worse. You know, we just, again, it's not easy to sit and watch. Believe me, I get here early and leave late, but we need to get him going.
And the plan is to pitch Gagne as much as possible down the stretch here to get his confidence back up and help him settle down on the mound before the regular season ends.
We were talking about when we were in Toronto after the last very tough outing for Eric Gagne that you can expect more Gagne, not less, so they can find out here.
Well, yeah, and I'm curious why he's not throwing right now. This would seem to be a perfect time for a 4-1 ball game, as that's the role he's going to be in probably. But of course, with the lefties coming up, that's why Lopez was throwing. But yeah, I mean, Frank Cona's right. I mean, you've got to pitch him, and you've got to try to get him straightened out. You just can't sit on him in the last week of the season because of a couple of bad performances, and then you don't know what you got when you're going into the playoffs. You got to give him the opportunity to straighten out. And with the Okajima situation, I mean, this guy becomes critical.
So 2-2 to Julio Lugo. 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out, flied out, popped out. Full count. He slaps it foul off to the right. Sox with a 43-35 record on the road, second best in the majors. And the Mets 43-34. We go opposite field to right. Young is there. The sinking liner, 2 down.
This Sunday on the Top 9 Countdown, all things Sox, Hazel May goes one-on-one with Jacoby Ellsbury, and Mike Lowell checks out the rookies dress-up day, looks back at the plays of the week and more. See it all on Granite City Electric Ultimate Red Sox Show Sunday at noon, right before Sox pregame coverage.
2 down for Eric Kinski, who's batting ninth tonight in the Red Sox order. But on painfully in the 3rd inning, hit by a pitch in the elbow. A strikeout in the 4th, popped out in the 6th. Wearing a protective guard on that elbow after being hit by a pitch from Scott Kazmir back in the 3rd inning.
Interesting. You look to the Red Sox bullpen now, and Timlin has started to throw, so maybe Del Carmen's coming back out. With Timlin throwing behind him, it looks like maybe Lopez is going to start to throw again as he takes off his jacket. Let me correct myself. That was not Lopez taking off his jacket. Maybe it was Papelbon.
He fouls it off, and the count evens at 2-2. Red Sox have gotten a run here in the top half of the 8th. Leadoff home run for Jason Varitek, his 14th of the year. With a swing and a miss, he strikes out. Red Sox down in the 8th. They get a run, take a 4-1 lead through 7.5. Red Sox on top 4-1 as we head to the last half of the 8th inning. Manny Del Carmen back on the mound. He deals with the top of the Tampa Bay order, Akinori Iwamura. Swing and a miss. There is action behind him in the pen. Mike Timlin now joined by Javier Lopez. Del Carmen throwing just 10 pitches to retire the side in order in the 7th. Back out to begin the 8th. Navarro to ground out, then proceeded to strike out Volondia and Wilson. More tonight, 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts, grounded into a fielder's choice. A hit against Manny Del Carmen, first season in the major leagues. – 14 strikeouts tonight for Tampa Bay pitching. Red Sox pitching staff with 10 strikeouts. Morris sending it foul to the backstop.
The LoJack Caught Stealing Sweepstakes is back again for another season. Visit LoJack.com/caught stealing for details to enter to win. LoJack, the only stolen vehicle recovery system operated by the police.
Red Sox pitching has retired the last 13 batters in a row. Mora takes a pitch outside, full count. Blake Norton and Carlos Pena expected here in the bottom of the 8th. Mora skies one to center field. Coco Crisp. One down in the 8th.
Right after the game, it's WB Mason Extra Innings with Tom Caron and Jim Rice. You'll see and hear all the reaction from the Red Sox clubhouse with Tina Savasio after this series opener, including comments from Josh Beckett on his attempt at number 20. It's all right after the game in high definition, and it's on NESN.
Well, Manny Del Carmen gets the first out here in the 8th inning. It'll be the last batter that he faces. Red Sox will make the change. As Javier Lopez will be in when we come back. This pitching change from Tropicana Field.
Tomorrow night at 6, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame show with Tom Caron, Jim Rice, and Tina Savasio. They'll preview game 2 of the series as Dice Game Matsuzaka goes for win number 15 on the season. Plus the latest news from the Red Sox dugout with the Boston Globe's board needs. This all begins tomorrow night at 6, and it's only on NESN.
Manny Del Carmen, an inning and a third of shutout pitching, retires all 4 batters he faces as the Red Sox have a 4-1 lead. Into the game is Javier Lopez.
Lopez making his 58th appearance. He's 2-1 on the season. His last outing coming in Toronto 2 days ago. A third of an inning in that ball game. For Lopez, 17 walks, 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .245. Switched Norton around to the right side of the plate, where Norton's average as a right-hander only 190 this season and only 21 at bats hitting right-handed.
Norton walked and scored in the first, fly to center in the third, fouled out in the fifth. Great catch by Ellsbury in the Red Sox bullpen, robbing Norton. He takes strike one from Lopez. Timlin now joined by Papelbon in the Red Sox pen. Norton lifts it foul down towards the Tampa Bay pen. It's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Norton strikes out. So Lopez gets Norton. And that's 15 Tampa Bay Devil Rays batters retired in a row by Red Sox pitching.
It's like an off-speed pitch, a changeup this time from Lopez away from Norton for the strikeout.
Two down, last of the eighth. And here comes Carlos Pena. A walk in the first, since then a strikeout and a ground out. Big strikeout nights for both teams. It's 11 Red Sox pitching strikeouts on the night between Beckett, Del Carmen, and Lopez. On the other side, 14 Ks. That's your strike. Lopez not allowed to run in his last 6 games. In the last 21 games, a 1.98 earned run average. And 3 runs in 13 2/3. He's worked less than an inning 32 times this season. On the ground with a shift on. It's Lugo on the right side of the infield. Takes care of Payne. The second time he's done that tonight. It's a 1-2-3-8. We head for the ninth. Boston on top 4-1. 4-1 Red Sox on top. We head to the top half of the ninth inning. New pitcher on for Tampa Bay is Jeff Ridgway.
Making his second appearance since being called up from AAA Durham. That was on last Monday. He made his major league debut that night, facing a couple of batters. Been in the organization quite a while. He was drafted back in 1999 in the 14th round.
Appeared 201 games in the minor leagues, 54 starts. That's his professional debut back in 2000. Popped up foul. It'll get back into the seats. Minor league record of 24-34, 3.58 ERA. Outside 3-1. Asbury fouling it off, full count.
See.
Here's ball 4. Ellsbury down to first base.
Now, see, she was not getting her sign on TV, and there's a reason for that. So she made some last-minute adjustments to the sign.
And what do you know?
And it shows up on TV. It's amazing how that works.
That's incredible. What a coincidence.
There it is. Now it goes on because that's critical and that's critical to get on TV. Where's Hubbardston now?
I don't know.
It's a first. I have not heard of Hubbardston now.
It's in there for a strike and the count, 0-1.
I got this letter from the governor of Vermont. Excuse me. The other night I said that I didn't go up to Vermont very much because I had no reason to. I don't ski. Well, I mean, that's not the only reason I don't. Why did
you offend the governor?
No, actually, a very nice letter from him inviting me up to Vermont. And he would actually endorse me for the presidency of Red Sox Nation. Many things I can do. I can, golf. I can go hiking, kayaking.
These are all things you
cycling,
love.
fishing, shopping, which is one of my favorite things.
Absolutely love shopping. You love to fish. You're so patient. You don't care if you catch a fish.
Apples, cheese, ice cream. I like ice cream, maple goods. I like that. There's a lot more than just skiing for Vermont. Is what the point that the governor is trying to tell me here, and that is Governor Douglas, of course. And this came right from his office. And as my personal guest, you'll see firsthand the pride and love Vermonters have for our state, for our team, and the Red Sox. Who knows? You need to earn my endorsement. So that's important. I think what I'm going to do is fly right up to Vermont from here on Sunday to make a campaign stop through the state.
I think you would absolutely love kayaking. I could see you in a kayak.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I'd like kayaking.
1-2, and I think it hit Pedroia. It did, and he will head down to first. Third batter hit tonight as both Hinsky and Veritek were hit in the third.
Looks like a slider. Yes, it is. Down and in, and there's nowhere to go there for Pedroia. Just take it off that right foot. So Ridgway having his struggles with control here in the ninth inning, walking, and then a hit batter. Well, stay tuned after the game for Granite City Electric Extra Innings Extra with Tom Carrick, Jim Rice, and Tina Savasio, who will bring you all the reaction from the Red Sox clubhouse after the series opener, including Terry's take, plus a preview of Game 2 of the series. And as I say, Matsuzaka goes for 15th win of the year. It's all after the game in high definition, and it's on NESN.
Pedroia's going to stay in the game as Paul Lessard and Terry Francona head back to the Red Sox dugout. Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, is out to talk to Ridgway, trying to calm him down a little bit. Mentioned all the minor league outings for him, 201 games in the minors, a 99 draft pick. And in 2 outings, he has yet to record an out. So a little nervousness perhaps for Mr. Ridgway.
Don, I also received this before the game, and I'll get the name of the lady who sent it, but it's pretty funny. You know, Raymond gives me a hard time down here.
Yes.
So it's a Raymond doll with a Red Sox hat and a Red Sox uniform on, and the sign says, "Sorry, Tampa, I have seen the light. Go Red Sox." Right there. There it is. That's where they turn. So take that, Raymond.
Red Sox uni.
That's right. Put them right there. We got to find out the name of the lady that sent that.
David Ortiz. With runners at first and second, nobody out.
A lot of stuff up there when it comes to Tampa. This is from Red Sox Nation members Suzanne Cloutier, I believe it is, of Nashville, New Hampshire, and Tony Gorgon, boy, Gorgone of Derry, New Hampshire.
Ortiz opposite field. Does it have enough? Gomes back at the wall. It does indeed. 3-run home run opposite field. Poke for David Ortiz, his 32nd home run of the year. And the Red Sox open this one up 7-1.
Now Big Papi, who was probably going to have a day off against Kazmir to start this game, but because of injuries in the lineup, ends up with 3 hits and now 4 runs batted in, including the home run. So with the 4 RBIs, that is now 111 on the season for Ortiz. He takes over the team lead in that category. And a rough outing for Ridgway, who will now exit the ballgame.
Give up a couple of hits and a run in his first outing against the Angels. Did not record an out this time. So the Red Sox lead it 7-1 as they continue to bat in the ninth and nobody out. The pitching change from Tropicana Field.
Well, this October, turn to the network you turn to all season long. NESN will have continuing pre- and post-game coverage throughout the playoffs for the team with the best Red Sox access in baseball. TC, Tina, Eck, and Jim. It's the second season. Before and after every Red Sox post-season game, it's Soxtober on NESN.
Cocoa Beach, Florida. You played spring training in Cocoa Beach, right?
It was terrible, too. It was, they used to be where the Houston Astros trained, and just one of the worst fields in all of the world.
Well, the new pitcher is Grant Belfort.
20th appearance for Balfour. He is 1-0. 19 innings, 23 hits allowed. Yeah, they used to have, that was a place you'd go, Don. I'm not lying. The infield was so bad that you would not take ground balls before the game because you would get in bad habits. And you would hope in the game you didn't get a ground ball.
Well, Lowell drives one to deep left field. Back is Gomes, and the Red Sox have gone back-to-back. Well, a frustrating night it had been for Mike Lowell. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Takes that frustration out on his 20th home run of the year.
Fastball out over the plate, and as you write down, it had been a tough night. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but Lowell now with 110 runs batted in on the season. So the offense coming alive late in this ball game for Boston.
Well, on the night that Josh Beckett very well could have his 20th win. That's the 20th home run of the season for Mike Lowell, who has 20 home runs in now 6 seasons in the majors. As Eric Gagne continues to warm in the Red Sox pen. He had been up since Ortiz's home run. Papelbon's sat down, and Gagne continues to get ready now for the bottom of the ninth. Bobby Kelty has been on base twice tonight, both times walking. Still nobody out here in the top half of the ninth. The Tampa Bay's pen has given up 4 runs now. He fouls it off, stays alive, 3-2. Josh Beckett back on the Red Sox bench. 6 innings tonight, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 8, and in line for his 20th win of the season. Kelty with a swing and a miss, strikes out for the first out of the ninth. 15th strikeout for Tampa Bay. Jason Varitek homering in the 8th. One of now 3 home runs for the Red Sox tonight. On the pitch and the count 1-1. Well, Casimir will be on the hook. He came in at 13 and 8. He got 3 runs in 5 innings, 2 of them earned. Brandon Moss has come out on deck. He'll be batting for Coco Crisp. Foul and out of play. Updated playoff picture. The Yankees came back to tie the game. They're in the 10th inning now against Toronto. They were down 4-0 in that game. Tigers winning 5 games back of the Yankees. And the wild card as Veritek strikes out. 2 down in the ninth. That's now 16 strikeouts tonight for Tampa Bay pitching.
And a lot of that started with Scott Kazmir, of course, getting his share of the strikeouts in this game. Tampa Bay leads the American League in strikeouts. The Red Sox are 3rd as a pitching staff in strikeouts.
16K striking out the side in the 3rd inning. In the 7th inning. And at least a strikeout in every inning except the 6th. Moss, the batter, takes a pitch for a strike outside on the corner. Happened quickly here for the Red Sox in the inning. A walk for Ellsbury. Pedroia hit by a pitch. 3-run shot for Ortiz. Changed pitchers. Went to Balfour. Lowell with a home run. Well, Moss sends one foul.
Big Papi with the big blast to really open this game up for the Red Sox. And of course, Lowell following him with the solo home run. And after the offensive struggles up in Toronto, nice to see the 8 runs on the board right now.
Into right center field, a base hit. And this one's going to get through to the track in the wall. Moss set it for second, maybe beyond. Yeah, he's taking 3rd as they get it back in, and Moss will get there.
Brandon Moss picks up his 5th hit as a member of the Red Sox. And his first triple. That ball quickly shoots through the gap to the 370. Mossy never looks back and on to third base for the 2-out triple.
Julio Lugo coming up. Lugo 0 for 4 in the game. He struck out, flied out, popped out, lined up. The 8th man to bat here in the top half of the 9th inning.
A tough night for Loogie as he tries to pick up his first hit of the night.
2-2 to Lugo. And Moss at third base. Full count out of Lugo with Eric Kinski waiting on deck.
Tampa Bay gets some good pitching in this game until this inning, really. Bullpen did a decent job picking up Kazmir until the top of the ninth.
Ridgway charged with 3 runs. Balfour so far a run. Lugo shoots a foul down the left field line. Balfour's had to throw 26 pitches since coming in. And his 5th batter.
And it's his inning because there is nobody loosening up down in the bullpen.
Into the count to Lugo. 8th pitch of the at bat. And it's ball 4. Down to first base. Set it back to Boston and Tom Caron.
Don, thank you. The Yankees rally off Roy Halladay. 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th. They chase him and get the tying run. A Jason Giambi base hit off Scott Downs. They're going to the 11th now, tied at 4. Guys.
Okay, Tom, here in Tampa Bay, it's 8-1. Red Sox on top. Boston has scored 4 times here in the 9th. And open things up. It's a 1st and 3rd situation. 2 down for Eric Kinski. Kinski, the 9th member of the Red Sox to bat here in the top half of the 9th. Pitch back in the 3rd. Since then has struck out twice, popped out. Strike over the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1.
Plus the Yankees will finish their regular season on the road here in Tampa Bay and in Baltimore. While the Red Sox will finish at home against Oakland and Minnesota. Kind of funny opponents the last week of the season. Seeing a Western team and a Central team to wrap up the regular season at Fenway Park.
Kinski strikes out. 17 strikeouts for Tampa Bay tonight, but they now trail 8-1. Red Sox take that lead to the 9th. Gagne will be on. 8-1. Red Sox on top. Jacoby Ellsbury moves from left field to center field. Moss hit for crisp, and Moss now in left field. As we head to the last half of the 9th inning, pitcher is Eric Gagne.
50th appearance of the season for Gagne. His last up in Toronto when he took the loss against the Blue Jays. In 1 inning in that game, gave up 2 hits. He had 3 earned runs. He walked 3, and that's what got him in trouble in that ball game against the Blue Jays.
Prior to that, he'd given up just 1 earned run in 7 innings pitched in the previous 7 appearances. Was sidelined with right shoulder stiffness from August 27th through September the 10th. And 1 the count to B.J. Upton. A little different situation for Gagne here tonight. A 7-run lead coming into the inning.
It was clear if the game was on the line, he was not coming in. And once, of course, the Red Sox get all the runs, this is one of those opportunities to get that work that Francona was talking about.
outside, 2-2. 27,369 on hand tonight for game one of this three-game series. 27,369. Upton chops it to third. Lowell in the back end. And there's one down in the ninth. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. Your local Kia dealer. Bacardi. Coors Light. And by Southwest Airlines. The Ray Tank here at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Norman Young. Good strike one from Eric Gagne. Tonight had 2 hits off Josh Beckett. He's also grounded out, had an RBI, 91 now in the season for Delman Young. Swing and a miss. 2 down in the ninth. That's 18 batters in a row retired by Red Sox pitching.
Now the work of the bullpen tonight has been exceptional. Del Carmen, Lopez, Gagne with 2 quick outs. Fastball up to where Veritek wanted it. Was up and in, and Young chases.
Pinch hitter coming up for Tampa Bay, Justin Ruggiano. Batting for Johnny Gomes, who tonight had been 0 for 3.
Ruggiano had a big-time year down at AAA. Very, very good numbers. He led that team in almost every offensive category. Average, games at bats, runs scored, hits, doubles, homers, walks, stolen bases.
His Major League debut as a pinch runner, running in the 9th inning on Wednesday. He was a 25th round pick in 2004, originally by the Dodgers out of Texas A&M University.
Good change up there from Gagne, down out of the strike zone.
Gagne trying to have a 1-2-3 inning. He's not had very many of those. There's 1-2. Ruggiano strikes out to end the ball game. Josh Beckett's a 20-game winner as the Red Sox win game one of this three-game series 8-1. And the first time in the majors since 05. And the first American leaguer to do it since Bartolo Colon in 05. As Eric Gagne enjoys a 1-2-3 ninth inning. The story tonight is Josh Beckett, an 8-1 Red Sox win. WB Mason's extra innings right around the corner, so stay with us. Duran, I'll be back here in Tampa Bay right after this. Red Sox win at 8-1 behind Josh Beckett's pitching. He's now 20-6. Kazmir, the loser, 13-9. Let's check out the standings. The Red Sox a winner, 2 games ahead of the Yankees, who are tied 4-4 in the 11th. Toronto's got a runner at second base with 2 outs, and the Tigers 5 games back of the Yankees now in the American League wildcard chase.
And the play of the game is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino. Josh Beckett tonight picking up a win number 20 on the season, 20-6. He went 6 innings in the game. He had 8 strikeouts, and after a shaky start in the first inning, was very much in command through the 6th innings for number 20 on the year.
Red Sox win it 8-1 for Jerry Remy and Tina Cervasio. I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Tropicana Field. Join us again tomorrow night for Game 2 of the series. Our coverage begins at 6. Visit NESN.com for New England Sports Live Online. This has been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. Time now for WB Mason's Extra Innings with Tom, Karen, and Jim Rice. Live from the NESN HD Television Center. TC?